Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video today. Riserdon here. Today guys, I'm going to be explaining the fleet system in depth. Right now, I'm at 1132 in my fleet. I'm a large fleet commander, and so I think I know the most optimal way to reach this point. There's definitely a wrong way and a right way to do it. The wrong way would be, recruiting certain ships that you don't need, and the right way would be to just get the best ships possible and to set them in these certain tasks. So, first of all, if you guys don't have the fleet system unlocked yet, go talk to Edward Kenton, this guy, and talk to him, and he'll give you a mission in order to unlock the fleet system. So the fleet system is sort of a passive way for you guys to generate money, and depending on how large your fleet is, uh, you'll earn more and more money as you keep recruiting ships. And so at the very beginning, you'll in the quest, you'll be tasked with sinking a sailboat and recruiting that sailboat. So after you guys finish the quest, I highly recommend that you just either keep the sailboat and let it generate enough followers, 32 followers to be exact, in order to recruit a brig, or you dismiss the sailboat and just attack like other ships in order to get followers. So let's go into that right now. If you guys don't know like what followers, what that even means. So go to your ship, go to fleet info at the bottom left, and then here are all of my ships. I opted to only capture brigs because I think brigs they bring in the most money and they're just the most efficient. And the only downside is that they take a lot of followers in order to recruit. So they take specifically 32 followers, and I have 140 in reserve. So that means I could capture a lot of brigs. And um, essentially, at the very beginning, you'll have 0 followers, and you'll have to sink other ships in order to earn followers. So, for example, I'm going to go ahead and find a ship right now. Alright guys, so we found this merchant ship, and honestly, if you have good renown, if you have bad renown, just attack any ship, any brig, any good ship that you want to capture. There's no barrier to the NPC ship. You can still damage them. And so I highly recommend like I'll show you guys my ship build as well for sinking these. And yeah, you definitely want to capture like the brigs in my opinion once you start having more and more followers. And even if you, at the very beginning, it's a little slow to get enough followers for brigs. And as you can see, after you sink it, this UI pops up for a certain amount of drachma. Go ahead and press yes. Now it's added to my fleet, and I got 4 followers and supplies. And after you sunk it, if you have positive renown, obviously you can't kill any of the NPCs. But now this brig is a part of my fleet, and so I don't have to worry about this anymore. And I can go ahead and just keep on sinking ships, like that catch over there. But I would only sink it. I wouldn't capture it since I only want brigs in my fleet. And so before any of that, let me just show you my ship build. So currently I have the brisk light iron framing. This gives the most speed for the most defense right now. And then I have the archaic warship sailcloth. This gives the most sailing speed. And then of course I have Enizor and Edward Kenton. And then for the cannon, I have the enhanced Dragonfire Carronades. And for the mortar is optional, but sometimes it is nice to have. It does take away -5 speed though. But yeah, the enhanced ruined archaic mortars. And then on all 4 of my ship attachments, I have throwing harpoons. Ideally, you want swift on all of them. I still have to enchant these 3. And then I have the armored beast bone ram. It is just a little better than what was previously the best, which is the armored hammerhead ram. Just a little better. It does a little more ram damage, and everything is the same, but it just does a little more ram damage, which, give or take, if you guys want it, you can definitely get it. It's a little bit of an improvement. I have the Oathkeeper Squires from the Oathkeeper Jura server questline. And then for the deckhands, I have speed for these 2, and then I have turning for these 2. turning is really good, especially if you're like fighting a lot and you need to turn a lot in order to keep aiming down the enemy ships. I found that having turning is very, very good. And so, let's see. So after a certain while, uh, basically you will be able to, once you have these 4 command ships, you will able to be tasking them with certain things in order to generate money. And so when you click on them, it says that the command task for this ship right now is recover. For this one is also recover. For this one is also recover. And this one is patrol. So this is the ideal setup. You want 3 recover and 1 patrol. The patrol ship will be earning you money. They will be passively attacking and looting criminal ships, granting renown and followers and drachma. This ship is basically how you get all of your money, all of your followers. And so this ship will basically drain all these stat lines in order to get you those things. So that is why these ships are all set on recover, because recover is what regenerates your strength, food, and supplies. And so basically you don't have to worry about continuously switching each ship in order to maintain strength, food, and supplies. These 3 ships on recover is enough to fully sustain your fleet so that you never have to touch this if you don't want to. And so I know some people run the 2 patrol, 2 recover setup, and that's also ideal, but it does still drain your strength and it's not fully passive. So you still have to, go and switch up that last patrol ship in order to regenerate your strength. So this, having 3 recover, is probably the most optimal passive way. And yeah, you just sit here, generate followers, and by the time you are in the game for like a couple hours, you'll probably have enough for multiple brigs, and you just go ahead and go sync the brigs, and they'll be automatically added to your fleet. As you can see here, I have 4 command ships, 12 vice command ships, and 16 brigs so far. And that is how I'm at 1,138 followers right now. And this way, this is how you earn money. And if you guys press request fleet log, this will basically allow you to immediately earn your paycheck. So when you press this, you'll be sent a message, and also your fleet captains and your command center, they'll tell you where they are in the message box. For example, Hardy, he's at Samaria, and so you want to go find him in Samaria, go talk to him, and that is how you switch the command tasks. So I just got my paycheck. I got 2,218 drachma, fame, supplies, food, strength, followers. Strength, food, supplies, if you guys have 3 recover, literally don't even worry about that. All you care about is the money and the followers. And the notices are basically, it just shows you the status of your your supply bars. And for items gathered, this is if you do like for the command tasks, if you switch it to the other modes like gathering, trading, etc. And then also, if you guys go to the fleet info again, go to view task level. When you guys progress this to 100%, exploring for example, if you set all of these tasks to exploring to level it up, once it reaches 100, you can upgrade it for 15,000 drachma. And that is how you level up this main level right up here. Once you level that up, eventually you will be able to get like a fleet raven. And what the fleet raven does is anywhere in the world you are, you can send a raven, a bird, to the captains so that you don't have to go see the captains to change the command tasks. For example, I don't have to go to Hardy anymore, all the way in Samaria. If I'm in like Rosehenge, let's say, I don't have to sail all the way back to Samaria. I can just send a bird. And that is the beauty of eventually leveling the tasks up. It is this thing right here, the research. Fleet level 10 required. So yeah, basically you just level the task level up, task things, and eventually you will get a raven. So it just depends on what you guys prioritize, whether you want just money right now, or if you just want to level up your tasks in order to make things easier in the future. So I think that is basically it. You can also pause it if you're supplies are getting low. Um, and yeah, pausing it basically sometimes your ship will sink or desert, and pausing it just stops everything. If you're in the dark sea, for example, you don't want them to desert. Just pause it and then just fix it once you guys are back in the seas. It's honestly a very it seems very complicated at first and slow because you definitely don't get a lot of followers. You might be impatient at the very beginning, but once you get that first brig, it definitely speeds up the process. The first brig, the second brig, the third brig, the fourth brig will generate you a lot of followers, and it's quite noticeable. So definitely just save up for the brigs. Just in my opinion, just have all brigs. They will generate you a lot of followers passively, and then you can go ahead and sink more brigs on top of that. So yeah, guys, that is basically it for this video. I hope I explained that clearly enough. The fleet system is very, very good, and I think it caps out at 8,000 followers. So yeah, you can earn quite a hefty amount of drachma, like every so often. I think the fleet log, they send it to you like every maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes. But you can, of course, ask for the fleet log in advance whenever you want. Or I think there's a 3 minute cooldown or something like that. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely get the fleet system started so you earn that passive income. You guys know all about that passive income. So, so good. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.